Hey guys, the Prime Guy here. Welcome back to another video. And today we are going to take a look at the next step of Doctor Who month. Now, our next one up is the Master and the Vailyard. So I'm wondering, who is the Vailyards? I'll tell you about that once we're done with the Master. You probably know some you may know who the Master is, but we'll get to the Vailyard once we're done with the Masters, which move him to the side along with this. Now, let's take a look at the Master and, of course, his Tardis. Not only will we take a look at the Master Tardis as well, we're also going to look at the Vailyard's Tardis. Now, let's start off with the original. However, mine's not exactly accurate to the show, but you'll have to do. First up is the original Master from the 70s. He first appeared in the third Doctor's era. Now, his outfit, it's basically possibly maybe an old Bruce Wayne figure. Probably I once had, or maybe be some business figure I once had as a kid. He does have the iconic back hair. Yeah, I mean, it's not as close, but it'll do. Supposedly, another website called Minifigures.me also have the iconic look of the Master. There, that would be let's see, what's this dude's name again? Roger Gagalo. Yeah, forgive me, I pronounced his name wrong. So yeah, the original actor who played the original Master is named Roger Gagalo. Forgive me, I pronounced his name wrong. But see, he does look pretty good. The face is obviously Tony Stark's face. Nice. I originally have it Indiana Jones' face, but I later switch out to this one because it's morely accurate to the show. Well, supposedly the Master, what you see right here, is actually the 13th carnation. Otherwise, we miss of his previous carnations. That'll be his first, all the way to the 13th. And what happened to the rest of them? I guess we'll never know. No, I guess it's one of those possibly like a theory. He's going on, like fan theories, all that. You know the drill. But obviously, he looks pretty good. Like I said, not exactly, but he still looks pretty good. At some episodes, he does wear a suit. He was going to return in the final season of the third Doctor's era. Unfortunately, well, he sadly passed away during the end of the third Doctor's era, which has devastated all fans, including the man who played the third Doctor. Those two were great friends. In fact, the Master and the Doctor had to be very good friends while they were kids. And it's on Gallifrey. Yeah. Basically, the Master and the Doctor are actually childhood friends. Despite their enemies, but they still have close respect with one another. So basically, they're sort of, let's say, frenemies, you may say. They have one of those when you're a kid, probably. You have a kid, you have a friend you love as a kid, and later becomes a frenemy. We probably have that. That, to me, I don't think I have that. But the Doctor and the Master does. So I'm gonna put this guy on the top and move on to the next one. Now, like I said before, the Master was supposed to come back, but obviously he passed away in a car accident, which is very, very sad because he was the most loved Masters in the 70s. Later, they recast him in his next improved version. However, this one we call the Decay Master. This one who tried to regenerate, but however, with the rules of regeneration is you only get 13 regenerations. That's right, 13 lives you get. However, the Master is desperately want to continue on living. Okay, so he ended up like this. Supposedly, the parts I got from this one, it's basically the hood. I'm not sure where this came from. That's basically confusing. I never figured out where this hood came from, but who knows? But of course, the skull face, it's actually from one of the original Indiana Jones. No, it's during the Crystal Skull set. Yeah, the hands are basically from that as well, and the body is actually from the Raiders of the Lost Ark set as well. Now in Cairo, the iconic sword fighting scene in the movie. Yeah, I just dropped up the original Master. There he is. Sorry, everyone. I'll just put him over here actually because I have a feeling that's bound to happen. So I'll just put him over here for now. now. So yeah, it's basically like this. So yeah, you know the iconic sword fighting scene, but later he just pulls a gun and bam, that kind of thing. And of course the cape, I think it's from a Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader, or maybe Palpatine, who knows. But otherwise, he looks pretty good. He does an alternate face, which is also from the set as well. Don't think I'll be using this particular face. Okay, so yeah, I don't think I'll be using that particular face for any reason. Now, of course, as for the next one, but the body snatching master. So yeah, not only he can't regenerate, he also snatch bodies as well. Well, that'll be this guy, who is the very first ever snatch a body. This is the next improved master. Yeah. Supposedly, he snatched a body while he's still in his decay master. He trapped the person in his, obviously, his Tardis. We'll get that to at the moment. But obviously, the build, it has a Tony Stark hair cut, or basically a Robin, like an old Robin figure from the Batman lineup. And the face, I think it's from the Pirates of the Caribbean set. And true, it doesn't match up the hair color, where it's basically brown. Don't say it. Yeah, certainly I'll find more accurate look of a hair, of basically the beard. Of course, the body is Anakin Skywalker from the Clone Wars setup. So yeah, he possibly had this weird outfit that he still wears when his original Matt took over. So yeah, basically he's wearing a Anakin Skywalker figure from the Clone Wars. All right, we'll put this right there as well. Obviously, this particular master, just showed up in the 4th, 5th, and 6th, and of course, the 7th. The 7th Doctor was the last one who faced the master. And of course, once again, he body snatch another person. That'll be American Hospital ambulance dude. That'll be Bruce. This is the next improved master. This version is actually from the TV movie. At the end of the 7th Doctor there, where we want to, see the Doctor again. Yeah, so the TV movie came along to try to relaunch a series. Anyways, however, unfortunately, it was a flop or a failure. Right, but to me, I thought it was a good movie. So basically, yeah, what I did here, I sort of try to match up at best the movie as possible. The hair is obviously wrong. Well, I guess I could have used one of those slick black hair where Bruce Wayne wears. I mean, certainly I will switch out this hair. In fact, the hair is actually the Tim Drake Robin from the Lego Superheroes Batcave set. And of course, he does have obviously the ambulance look. However, it's just actually a police uniform. And the face, it's actually a Two-Face Thug from also the superhero set. And of course, the face is seen better days. Obviously, you just use your imagination if you want to play around with this figure. Yeah. So otherwise, he looks pretty good. Yeah. So yeah, he's also the very first American actor there who played the Master. And later, he came back, like the Bald Master. And once again, he stole another body again. And that'll be this dude. So yeah, he basically stole body once again. And got this guy. This basically from the audio series, and most people call him the Bald Master for some reason. He obviously is bald. Because I think this is the first time we actually seen the Master bald. Oh, because I've never seen any time. I mean, I've basically seen some Time Lords actually are bald, but never the Doctor or the Master. I mean, the Master is the first. I mean, who knows? Because we all know the Doctor is very, very particular of the regeneration cycle. So yeah, basically the face, I think it's from a Clone Trooper set. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of it. And as for the suit, I think it's probably one of those airport line figures, along with the police uniform. I one of them. So either way, it looks pretty good. Then of course, eventually the Master got killed off by an alien creature fed off Time Lords. However, the Time Lords brought him back and resurrected for a new improved regeneration cycle, and he regenerates into a younger version. And so yeah, this is a very, very younger version of the Master. Yeah. So basically, the face is I'm not sure what this came from, but maybe another Clone Trooper. I really don't remember. But now the hair sculpt is still Tony Stark's haircut. You basically get this haircut any Iron Man set, and the body is actually from the Star Wars Rebel set. When the Rebels been attacked by the Empire, New Hope. That particular scene I'm talking about. So basically, I would just move the blue sleeves and replace it with the black ones. That's the only thing I think of. And once again, this is also from sorry, it's not from the audio. It's from the comics actually. So it kind of depends which canon and which is not. Now, I mean, the live action shows are canon, but the audios and books, that's totally up to you. But I just add them because it's part of his incarnation. But of course, later he regenerates into his next incarnation. However, since regeneration, it's kind of hard to effects of these figures. So what I did is for the new improved ones, like the modern ones, I took basically, let me put that there for now. Take some of these. These are basically white cylinders for regeneration. These are for the hands, and this is for the head. Now, let's say you want the Master regenerate into his next incarnation. And so you basically take two of these white cylinders, and put on here. Now, sometimes I'm a bit confused. Is Master have a white regeneration or a yellow regeneration? Because as most Time Lords have yellow regeneration effect, but the Master has a whiting effect. And of course, you get to move. Oh, I just popped the head off. We'll put the head back on. We'll put the head back on later, and bam! He regenerates into his next incarnation, which is that's what we're gonna take a look at. But first, I'm gonna put this guy back together. There. Put the head and the hair back on. Right there. Alright, so as his next incarnation, he regenerates into his next one. That'll be called the War Master. This is basically the first time we heard the War Master. There, this is the War Master. There, this is basically a pretty cool guy. He won, and of course, he obviously saw the Time Lord getting worse environment and tried to prevent it, of course. He obviously got scared and ended up using his one little accessory. That'll be a fog watch. For those of you who don't know what a fog watch is, supposedly it actually, altered the Time Lord's memory. It makes you human. Get rid of all regenerations and remove any Time Lord knowledge you have into a human. And basically you become a human, and all the Time Lord knowledge you have here, it's in this pocket watch. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So later, he obviously retreat at the end in the universe, which is at the episode. So supposedly, in fact, I failed to mention how the order of the Doctor faced the Master before. The third, the fourth, and of course the fourth, sixth, and seventh. Then obviously these two ones that I mentioned before, the Ball and the TV Master, faced the eighth Doctor. There and the younger Master who faced with the War Doctor. This one come across in the 10th Doctor. At the time, he was still Professor Yana, I think. I'm trouble pronouncing the character's name. So yeah, he's Professor Yana. And of course, he was still a human being at the time, and he doesn't know he has a darker version of himself inside this pocket watch here. So basically the build, it's basically simple enough. Black pants, white sleeve, and basically a red vest. I mean, I try to make it as more accurate to show as possible, but obviously it's not that accurate, but it's close. As for the face sculpt, it's actually Henry Jones Sr. from also an Indiana Jones set. Now, I believe you get this one particular figure at the motorcycle chase scene. I mean, that scene one time, I think he's really nice. Actually, no, scratch that. You also get a plane set. So Henry Jones Sr. only appears in two particular sets, I believe. Either the motorcycle chase scene or the airplane escape scene. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And as for the hair, I believe I painted that for like a Jane Jonathan figure from my Lego Spider-Man set at one time as a kid. So otherwise, he looks pretty cool. And of course, he becomes the Master again, and when he souls the Doctor's Tardis. But of course, here we got everyone's personal favorite when the 10th Doctor was still around. That'd be none other than John Simmons' Master, this is the most master everybody loves in 2007. But this is a John Sim master. Everyone particularly loved this particular version. But in fact, I actually love this version of the master myself. You know, he's so very basically almost like the third Doctor's master would like he obviously more he's more like psychotic like in the show. You know, obviously he's mad, not a psychopath. Now, so obviously he looks pretty good. Good. The hair is from the obviously the Luke Skywalker figure. If you have the original Draco Malfoy, you can use that hair as well. So as for the face, that's obviously Indiana Jones, of course, because I'll have like a basically full on accurate John Sim, but the Indiana Jones look looks pretty good. The body is obviously Luke Skywalker, of course. He's supposed to wear a hood throughout the entire and the fourth season. Yeah, the end of the fourth season. And of course he later in his female combination, which is we'll get that to in a moment. Unfortunately, I don't have a female combination, sadly, so you're basically stuck with my 4 custom ones for now until I get the female version in the future. Yeah. So yeah, the very last time we saw this particular master, not just from David Tennant's era, we're also seeing him in the Capaldi's era as well. Well, so yeah, we get to see him one last time before he regenerates in his next incarnation of his female combination. As I said before, I don't have the female combination with me. Maybe because I haven't built it yet or find one from the exact match of the show. Nope. So I'm basically have my 4 custom masters I made. So that'll be this one. So yeah, sooner or later I will get a female version of the master. But just not yet. Yet. Or the one with the 13 Doctor's master, of course. I haven't got him yet as well, but sooner like to find him as well, or make him. So basically, so yeah, like I said, 4 custom masters. That's basically gonna get for now until in the future. Here's my custom master I made. So basically, I made this version. And he has an angry impression, of course. Has that original black Snape look, and of course the tuxedo is obviously from the Lex Luthor. Now once again in the superhero lineup. Nope. So yeah, he looks pretty good. So basically, yeah, I just have him basically like that. I'm gonna have him face over there because obviously he's gonna fall up if I move. Now, as for the next one, this is the next master I made. The hair is basically like the War Master, just full on black. Like he wears a vest. And of course I believe this is actually a Lego Indiana Jones Nazi head sculpt, I believe. So yeah, that's my 1% get. Yeah, because these figures are so old. Well, they're basically even rare to get. Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty good. And of course we put him here right now. And of course, as for our next one, the next one it's not as big as color. It's basically blue with jacket, and supposedly I took something things here and there, like the outfit's actually from Star Wars, like Anakin Skywalker's outfit. The hair is also from Anakin Skywalker as well. The face is actually Sam from the Lord of the Rings. In fact, I actually switch heads on these because the original head is on the blue one, and obviously I switch a head from the black one. Because it's supposed to be match up the color of the hair, and obviously it's sort of close. It's more like an orange eyebrow. Well, and to me, I got a brownish hair. Yeah, so yeah, that's basically what I got from here. Alright, so as for our final master, here he is. Supposedly, he looks pretty cool. Now, just like the Bald Master, the suit obviously is from possibly an airport figure or a police one. And of course, the face sculpt, you can get this from possibly a Bruce Wayne figure or a Loki figure, which is basically they're identical. Well, so yeah, it's pretty good. Actually, the black hair, it looks pretty good as well. You could basically get this for maybe a Batman, like a Bruce Wayne figure. Here, I think one of these suits I actually did make a Bruce Wayne figure a while back. Right, but it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's all the mounts we have, and of course, I'm going to show you the inside the Tardis looks like. I'll move these figures out of the way. So I can show you guys. Okay. So here's the master's top. This console room. This is pretty cool. Cool. We got the screen right there, and that little gray right there. That's the door. And of course, not sure you guys can tell. This little item right here. That's the lever. The materialization lever. Let me take this out now, so you get it full on. So yeah, this is the cup. What it looks like. Like obviously, it's just a blank screen. But certainly I'll add something to it. Oh. Obviously, it's not that secure. Alright, so let me cut back and grab it. Alright, guys. Sorry, that took longer than I thought. Well, this basically is not as secure as I thought it was gonna be. I mean, it's an old. These Legos are old. And of course, right here we got a little radar meter right there. Right there we got all of it. Different controls. It's pretty cool, I have to say. And so otherwise, it looks pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna put this back here. And of course, I'm gonna show the accessories this thing comes with. We got a gold statue, a silver crystal, and some armory. I mean, because you never know with the master, because he's actually a very disguising. He's very in disguises. And of course, the John Sims master also come with a laser sonic screwdriver, just a nod to his show, and of course during the end of Pickleball this season. And so basically, I took a yellow clear stuff right here, a gold one, and a gray one right here, and a gold hilt. It was one switcher gray, but I switched it to gold. Because one of my Lego 12 Doctor figures actually had gold hilt, and might as well make use of it. Okay, so yeah, we'll put that right here, and put the masters inside the console room, and move on to the Vailyard. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's take a look at the masters outside the top. Yeah, that's the masters outside the TARDIS looks like. Supposedly, in the Decay Master, where he used this particular TARDIS, this looks like this. For those you know what is the shape of it, it's actually a shape of a grandfather clock. Obviously, it's not that. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same scale. Yeah, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. Well, so yeah, it's very close. The scale of it, yeah. I mean, it doesn't have the face. I mean, it doesn't have the clock face, but it'll have to do for now. Now until I get basically an upgrade version. But it's pretty cool, I have to say. It's very close to the show, and of course, the way I said before, how he trapped the first guy of getting his obviously body. It's basically how he got his body like this, his stolen body. The first person who actually stole the body. So yeah, the master basically cut out of his TARDIS and yanked him inside of him. I know, crazy, isn't it? That the man is, like I said, mad. Alright, now, let's take a look at the Vailyard. This is the Vailyard's TARDIS. This supposedly, for those you all know, who is the Vailyard anyway? So, basically, the Vailyard is actually a darker version of the Doctor. You thought the Master was a darker version of the Doctor? But no. This guy is a real one. He first appeared in the sixth Doctor's era, where during a trial, possibly in that particular episode, and he first showed up. No, so basically, he's a darker version of the Master. He's somewhere between his 12th final incarnation, but yet he appears and he's front and center in his sixth incarnation. Then, obviously, there is some rumors going on. The Dream Lord is the Vailyard during Matt Smith's time as a Doctor. That is a cool theory. That I'd like to see. Supposedly, yeah, I don't have that particular version, that particular exact one in my collection, and so I basically made 4 of my own. Here we got my very first original Vailyard. He has that nice brown hair. It represents of Indiana Jones' hair. And speaking of Indiana Jones, that's his jacket right there as well. Gray pants, and of course a sonic screwdriver. Now, just so you guys know, I actually sort of took some base off from other media. basically this particular Vailyard is actually sort of inspired by the History Nerds YouTube channel. They did their own version of the map. They did their own version of the Vailyard. They're just wearing a light jacket, of course, but obviously I don't have a black jacket, so I end up using Indiana Jones' jacket. So it's kind of very close. I sort of felt inspired to make this particular version. And so thanks to History Nerds to give me the idea how to make it. And I'm just mentioning it. That's all. Just mentioning it. And of course, we're going to put him right there as well. Well, and let's move on to the next one. The next one is more darker. Here we got also a Tony Stark head piece as well, and the face. I think it's one of the Snape. I think it's a Snape sort of. When I believe, like from a Harry Potter setup. And speaking of Harry Potter, he does have the body of a Hogwarts teacher, a female one. Yes, this is a female body, and sooner or later I will replace this to a different body. He does have a sonic screwdriver, which is all black, and a red light on the tip. Yeah. So yeah, he looks pretty cool. Oh, this is a very, very particular old figure, but obviously the figure's new, but the pieces are old. And here we got our next one. This is my next version of the Master. Now this is sort of very close to the 13th version of the Master. I'm sorry, the 13th Doctor's Master. Now, it's very close, but I like to take some parts from this one and make the 13th version the Doctor's Master. Now, the Spy Master, that's what they call him. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, the face on there looks pretty good. And obviously, this is the face from the swordsman from the Raiders of the Lost Ark set. And of course, the outfit is also from the Last Crusade boat scene. And so yeah, it's pretty cool. It does have the sonic screwdriver. The black lens right here. The black handle, as well as the red and the gray. And the top and the bottom looks pretty cool. Well, put that there as well. And of course, move on to my final little Vailyard. This one's sort of I want to upgrade this figure at some point in the future. Supposedly, this is actually a Star Wars body I use, and of course, it's basically like a vest he's wearing, like a black shirt underneath this vest. And so yeah, we got black sleeves, needs black pants, and of course, a face sculpt. I'm 1% sure this is original Draco Malfoy. Like, I found this in my collection as well. Well, and of course, he has a sonic screwdriver. This time it's orange instead of red. And of course, a black handles right there, as well as a gray. So overall, it's pretty good. Good. And of course, I don't have any regeneration effects for this guy yet. But to me, I want to make it more red regeneration. Then that would be very cool. Well, because so far we got yellow, and white. The yellow represents of the Doctor, and the white represents of the Master. I'm gonna give this guy a red regeneration effect because that'll be cool. Cool. So I'm gonna move these guys once more again, and to show you the Vailyard's Tardis. This is pretty cool, I have to say. It's a more darker version of the Doctor's Tardis. We got the materialization lever right here. Here, I'm going to try to pull this out so you get a full thing. As you can see, it's a bit heavy because these time rollers right here. As you can see, we got some touches, we got some details on the screen, represents of Gallifrey. Right, overall, it's pretty cool, and we got this little thing right here holding his sonic screwdrivers. So it's pretty cool. It does have a door right here, there obviously, because it's not a real functioning door. Because this is sort of a mix between version of the classic TARDIS and a modern TARDIS. He does have a gold chest right here. Here, obviously storing his sonic screwdrivers, of course, which is all of them I have right now. And of course, he does come with a blue crystal. Well, which that's pretty cool, I have to say. Hey, just basically stand right there for now. And all that's left now, it's my thoughts. Alright, so before I explain my final thoughts on these, I totally forgot about the Vailyard's Tardis. This is what it looks like when it's actually not in disguise. So basically, it's basically a sort of a similar type, but obviously I made more scary type. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Very almost like an evil machine device. We got the light up there as represents of obviously the lights and sound. Now when the TARDIS goes to time period. So now it's time for my thoughts on it. So why the sets and the figure, I think they're pretty cool. Well, they're definitely very close to the show. No, I mean, as well as the Master, he's very close to the show. But of course, the Vailyard has not made any appearance since the Sixth Doctor's era. So who knows? We get to see this guy again. I mean, he'll probably show up anytime soon. Maybe next few future Doctors we might see. So far, the next one always been announced. So far, we get the next one coming. No, that'll be the next female version of the Doctor. I'm sorry, right? But we'll get that into a future video, of this month. So basically, yeah, the whole tie set's pretty cool. The TARDIS of the Master looks pretty accurate to the original show. Well, it's more like classic look. Obviously, I haven't stuck with it. Yeah, maybe I'll upgrade to another more modern like disguise. So yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, leave comments down below. Leave a like this video. Subscribe. If you really support the channel, of course, share your friends and family. Also, hit the notification bell so you get notified any future videos coming up. I'm the Prime Guy. I'll see you guys in the next Doctor Who video.